What's up? What's up? What's up? Back at it. This your man Tec9, aka Flex. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel at Tec9 New Orleans, at Tec9 New Orleans. Don't forget to like this video and press the notification so you can be notified every time I drop new content. Man, I wanna reflect on a tour that UNLV was on, which was the Menace to Society tour. I'm pretty sure all generations are familiar with the movie Menace to Society, right? So during this time, the movie was like a global phenomenon in the urban community. You know what I'm saying? And the movie took off, and they also had a soundtrack to the movie. One of the lead tracks was a song done by MC8, which is a LA artist. So the soundtrack was doing real good. It did so well till they formed a tour, and the tour consists of course, MC8, Too Short, Spice One, UGK, and UNLV. So during this time, I don't remember what city we was in, but we had stopped in one city, and by this time, I think it was maybe like the third, fourth, fifth city that we had stopped in, and all of the acts had started networking with each other. So when we first started, everybody was doing their own thing in their own dressing room, do their little set on stage, go back to their dressing room, and it is what it is. We'll be on our way, back to our hotel rooms, ready for the next city. So during this time, on this particular stop, like I said, we had begun to networking with each other and, spending time in each other's dressing room. And this particular night here, UNLV, we was in Spice One's dressing room, and we wind up sparking something up with him. You know what I'm saying? Back then, they the LA artists like Spice One and a lot of other artists, they used to call weed spliffs. So, we was really anxious, and we had been hearing about, the LA bud and this, that, and the other. LA always have been famous for their bud. So we like, man, we trying to go, see what they got. They sell us something, smoke with us or whatever. So we go to Spice One dressing room, and we chilling, we chopping it up, networking with him. And we smoking, and Yella, if anybody know Yella, man. So Yella, he taking the weed, and he trying to blow Spice One a shotgun. Now, for those of you, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all who watching this know what a shotgun is, but for those of you who don't know, a shotgun is when you turn the weed around, put the fire in your mouth, and blow cloud of smoke into somebody else's nose. So Yellow was trying to do that with Spice One, and he was like, nah, we don't do that, homeboy. We puff. Man, we cracked up, man, because if anybody know Yellow was a known Hoover. And for those of y'all who don't know what a Hoover is a person who you damn near gotta choke them to make them pass the weed. You know what I'm saying? And that was Yellow. Yellow would get the weed, and he instead of be talking to you, but instead of hitting the weed, and I mean hitting it hard, and it would come to the point where you be like, God damn, Yellow passed the weed. You know what I'm saying? But man, that was my dog, bro. Like I said, Yellow was a known Hoover. If you know Yellow, anybody out my hood, anybody that had any encounter with us, when you saw Yellow, you saw me, you saw Yellow, and most of the time he was smoking something. Now here's the funny thing about it. Yellow, when Yellow pull up if somebody see yellow truck pulling up, they go to hiding their weed and putting their weed out if they were sitting out there smoking, because they know he about to get out and be like, I seen that, smoke something, you dig? But on the flip side of that, it was so crazy because if Yellow had weed and you pull up on him and be like, let me hit that, Yellow gonna be like, none of this. Say, bruh, my dog loved marijuana, dog, and at the same time he valued it so much he would not let you smoke his. But if he ain't got nothing, he pull up on you, he gonna pull up on you, get your weed and hoover it up straight up. He gonna be talking to you, trying to blow you a gun, but he ain't never passing it. You feel me? But back to the tour, man. The tour was so fun. In my opinion, I think during that time, UGK had like one of the best sets. You know what I'm saying? Man, they would come out there, Pimp C would come out there rocking that thing. Pimp C, bitch, so what the fuck is up, man? They was doing their thing. You know, Spice One had the 187 in the hockey mask songs and all this stuff like that. Too Short, this was the most funniest thing of all, bro. Too Short got on stage one night and he had that freaky tail. Dun, 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 dun. And if anybody remember that song, y'all know it was real long and real provocative, right? I think Too Short is like the king of talking shit about women on records, because he did his thing. But this particular night, man, Too Short got on stage and straight up forgot his raps. And everybody was like, boo, boo. But then Too Short got on the mic and was like, man, F y'all, man. I can't remember this shit. I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? My dog Short was so high, he forgot all of his raps. Man, but that was some definitely fun times. And we got to meet a lot of great people and you know, make some good friends. And I think during that time, that's where we really started to develop a relationship with UGK, you know, as far as the Cash Money era, because after that, they started hanging around and coming down to New Orleans by Birdman and Slim House. And of course, y'all know the history of Bun B. He was on a BG's album, and you know, we never got a chance to do a record with Pimp C. You know, Pimp, a lot of people really don't know Pimp, but them two was, you know, they was two different people and had two different personalities. You know, Bun was more approachable than Pimp C was, but all in all, they both were some great guys, man. Shouts out to Bun B, rest in peace to Pimp C. Shouts out to Too Short. Shouts out to Spice One. Shouts out to MC8. At that time, MC8, that was probably the biggest selling record, you know, that was out there at that time. Fucked Up Childhood. It's what the way the amp. You know, everybody was bumping that. You know, like I said, that Menace to Society was a worldwide hit. That movie, everybody attached themselves to Old Dog, and before you know it, they had a bunch of old dogs coming up through the hood. Everybody wanted to be like Old Dog and just as raw as he was, man. But that definitely was some fun time, man, and that was my ep about the Menace to Society tour, which was actually the first tour that UNLV ever was a part of and UNLV was ever on. So it was a great experience, and you know, I encourage anybody that if you ever get a chance to go on tour, to make sure that you network with the other artists that's on there. You never know what can come from it. Thank y'all for watching this video. Please like the video and please subscribe to the channel at Tec9 New Orleans. 1.